Hello everybody, I am M.M.Naikwadi Educate from Dharwad, Karnataka. Please like and subscribe my channel so that you can get more and more such videos from me. Today I am going to discuss about original suit. As you know, original suit is one of the main type of proceedings filed before civil court, and suit is not defined anywhere in CPC or other acts. It's a common law remedy, and in Karnataka Civil Rules of Practice at Rule number 5 regarding description of proceedings, it is mentioned that suit means original suit, and it is abbreviated as OS, and all other proceedings are classified as regarding their subject matter, and other than those classified as per Rule 5 subclause H as miscellaneous proceedings. So today we have to learn first what is suit. Section 26 of the Civil Procedure Code says that every plaint, every suit is instituted by presentation of plaint as prescribed in the CPC. Whereas Order 6, Rule 1 of the CPC says that a plaint presented before court is a suit. And secondly, it also, the Rule 2 of this Order 6 says, the Rule 2 of Order 4 says that every plaint shall comply Order 6 and Rule 7. Here also, apart from the same, the suit also have to be comply the provisions of Karnataka Civil Rules of Practice also. So, as you know, a plaint is presented with necessary enclosure, which is when filed, it is registered as a suit before the court of law. So now let us see what is the body of the plaint. First of all, in the body of the plaint, cause title has to be mentioned, and in the cause title, the first case number has to be mentioned. Second, we have to mention in which court it is filed, and thirdly, we have to mention regarding the parties to the suit, that is plaintiff, the name of the plaintiff, husband's or father's name, surname, age, occupation, residence has to be mentioned. And in case if the plaintiff is minor, then we have to mention plaintiff is a minor represented by his father as a guardian, or his mother as a next friend, or any other person as a next friend, etc. Then we have to mention the word versus, and then the against party, opposite party is the defendant. Then we have to mention defendant's name, father's name or husband's name or surname, age, occupation, residence, etc. And in sometimes if the defendant is a minor, it is to be mentioned that the defendant is a minor represented by his father guardian or any other person as a next friend. So this is about parties to the suit. Then comes under what provision the suit is to be filed. For example, usually we mention the suit, headlines of the suit is that suit is filed under section 26 read with Order 7 Rule 1 of CPC. Then comes herein the plaintiff submits agenda. In the first para we have to mention address para if necessary. The second paragraph usually is the description of the suit property. In the description of the suit property must be consonant with Order 7 Rule 3 of the CPC. The details of the suit property has to be mentioned. That is, suit property either should be mentioned in the square feet, in square yards, square meters, etc., or in acres, guntas. So whatever the size available on record, and there must be chakbandis, that is boundaries of the property towards north, south, east, west, etc. has to be mentioned. If there are more than one suit property, then it has to be mentioned. Then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, depend upon the requirement, facts of the case is to be mentioned. And apart from the facts, in each would depend upon the nature of the suit, ingredients has to be mentioned. Then comes the cause of action para. Cause of action is on what date the right to file the suit has been accrued to the plaintiff has to be mentioned, and it has to be mentioned that thereafter it is continuing, etc. The next paragraph thereafter is jurisdiction para. So how the jurisdiction, the suit is going to be filed before this court. That is, sometimes the suit is based on territorial jurisdiction. Then we have to mention that the plaintiff defendants are residing in the within territorial jurisdiction of this court, and cause of action arose to the plaintiff in the said court, and hence the suit is maintainable before suit is filed before this court, etc. has to be mentioned. Then there comes a court fee para. So depend upon the nature of the suit, the court fee has to be paid as per the provision of Karnataka Court Fees Act. For example, if the injunction suit, the suit has to be valid on rupees 1000 and court fee has to be paid under the provision of section 26C of Karnataka Court Fees Act. Then comes the another enclosure, another paragraph, that is the prayer. So in this prayer we have to specifically mention that what type of the requirement. For example, if the plaintiff wants to pay for permanent injunction, then it is to be paid as like this, that is, a decree of permanent injunction be passed restraining the defendant from interfering and obstructing the possession of the plaintiff. So in case of any other suit which requires a different prayer, that has to be mentioned. So thereafter there is a verification para. So verification para has to be mentioned as per the provision of the CPC. So by this way, the all the paras of this plaint is to be, this plaint or suit necessary in fact is to be complied with. Then there is another requirement that a plaint, not only plaint, it should have an enclosures, then only it is treated as a suit. For example, before the plaint we have to file an index, then comes a valuation para. In valuation para we have to, under what provision we have to value, and as per the provision of Court Fee Act, compulsorily we have to mention this, how the suit is valued, etc. And for the purpose of court fee, jurisdiction and advocates fee, we have to mention this valuation slip. Then comes plaint. Thereafter comes a duplicate plaint. As per the provision of CPC, a duplicate plaint has to be filed. Then comes interim application. If necessary, interim application can be enclosed with the plaint. For example, if we want to exempt any notice under section 80, subsection 2, etc., an IA has to be filed. So sometimes we require interim application for the purpose of temporary injunction, and application under order 13 and rule 1 and 2 is to be filed. Sometimes we want to appoint a guardian of defendant, we have to file an application under order 32 rule 15. So likewise, if necessary, depend upon the necessity, we have to enclose some IAs. Then we have to file another application, that is application under order 6 rule 14 regarding address of the plaintiff. Herein it has to be mentioned that the plaintiff is residing in so and so address. If he is changing the address, he will be informed to the court, etc. Then thereafter the wakalat is the another enclosure, and after the wakalat we come to list of document. List of document, list with all the document has to be mentioned in the list of document and it should be enclosed. And thereafter the another enclosure is process memo, that is to issue notice, summons, etc. A process memo has to be made, wherein it is to be mentioned that the period that notice or summons to be issued to the defendants, etc. Then comes the last enclosure is the copy of plaint, IAS document has to be enclosed, depend upon the number of the defendants. If one defendant, one set, two defendant, two sets. Likewise, the set has to be copies has to be enclosed, and also one of the set has to be retained by the plaintiff for the purpose of pursuing his case. Hence, today we have discussed about the suit and what are its enclosure along with the suits, and furthermore what are the paragraph that the plaint should contain, we have discussed. In later one of my videos I will discuss remaining aspect, that is contents of the suits, etc. Hence this video